there's because when I'm watching the Science Channel with you and all that stuff like that, they're always talking about CRISPR and how they can uh, um, put it together with DNA to get rid of the diseases, the
Right.
cancers, and all that stuff like
Rewrite
that.
DNA to.
Exactly. What were we watching the other day that you were talking about?
Hey Jeff, the fact that Jeff hasn't watched the vid I sent him is outland. Bro, Vic, you know we live together, right? So if he has a video you sent him, I'm probably gonna see it.
And I saw it. I just didn't understand it. That's why I texted you and asked you what the three thing meant.
Yeah, three T
3TG.
3TG.
And then he sent it. Yeah, we watched it.
We watched it.
So
That's crazy.
but that's what I'm saying. Like they're so focused on CRISPR because they understand if we can figure out cellular regeneration, then that's it. Humans no
Well,
longer.
FDA is about to approve 9 gene therapy drugs
Exactly, and they're
to
starting
fight blood diseases
Yep.
and disorders.
And they're starting human trials. Yeah, exactly.
No, the human trials are done. That's why
Or
it's seeking FDA approval.
what's the name of that thing that you had me watch where it can remove the defect in your DNA and replace it?
Yeah, it's CRISPR.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They're about to approve that.
Right.
So it's like
Right. Gene therapy.
so it's like who's gonna win the race first? The machines?
We are. We just. It's.
Shit.
Oh,
It's
man.
nuts.
Biology. Biology.
Yeah.
It's the most perfect machine. It's the most perfect machine.
Sensational.
You can't, like, there's nothing we will ever create that will compete with it.
No, of course not. I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, unless you want to say AI, but I don't know. There's something AI lacks that a natural
Of course, exactly. And
machine, like an AI, is not going to have instinct.
because regardless of
You
if,
see what I'm saying?
if believers to non-believers, the one thing that they always say is this thing doesn't have a consciousness or a soul.
Or a
Because
soul.
Everybody has a different wording for
Right.
it, but essentially it's the same thing.
Right.
So if you're religious, you're gonna say a soul. If you're non-religious or agnostic or whatever, you're gonna say a consciousness
or a spirit.
or a spirit or
something.
whatever you
Right,
believe
right,
in,
right,
and
right.
essentially that's what it is. So they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna have a lifeless robot that doesn't have
It's simulating.
exactly,
everything.
and that's why I'm gonna kind of feel bad for kids that are born in those artificial wombs because even if the DNA is coming from the mom and the
Do
dad,
you think we'll actually get there?
they're already working on it, sir. You see
No,
the
no,
small.
no. I'm like, for real. Like, you don't think there's no ethics? Like, we're just gonna fuck ethics. Test tube babies.
It depends.
You know what? Fuck. We are the test tubes.
Yep.
And you know what? Let me not even say that, because you know what's gonna end up happening if we start doing baby gene editing and shit like that. You know who this is gonna affect the most?
Don't they already do that in other countries because it's illegal in the United States? Where you can physically make your baby a boy or a girl, change the eye color, choose the height, all that stuff like that.
I'm not sure. I know the only time I heard something about that was in China when the guy
Yeah, that's what I was talking
with the
about.
twins.
Yeah,
But other than that, like, he's a fugitive. He's an international fugitive.
because he did that.
Like,
He's like, it's possible
no,
on the run
those kids have to be quarantined their entire lives now.
because they don't consider them humans. Oh no!
See?
Are you serious?
No. We're entering a weird
Oh my
space,
God.
sir.
Are you
We're
serious?
entering a weird space. We're entering a
No
weird
fucking way, Jeff. Really?
Okay.
That sucks. Did he give him superpowers?
They need to be monitored. See,
For the
who am I?
rest-
Who am I? Who am I? I'm nobody.
For the
they
rest
don't
of their
need to
lives?
be anything. Who am I? Who am I?
That's
to
not in
decide
existence, man.
The fate of these people, of these children. But what I will say is,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. That's tough. That's where ethics comes in, because it's like they now have a defect where a specific gene that's supposed to shut off their brain growth is not there. So their brains are just going to exponentially grow until their skulls fucking
Explode. And that's why they're monitoring them?
yeah, to study like this will provide information of what happens when you fuck up, right?
Damn, you got created
Right?
just to be experimental.
That's crazy. I know. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But like, they were forced into existence
That's
because of a mad scientist, I
They
guess.
wanted to try to see what he can
Right.
do with. What
That's
he's
why it's an
got.
international crime.
Damn.
That's why he's an international fugitive. You know what I'm saying? He was condemned by every science,
By humanity.
by humanity. Because, like, why would you do that? That's why we don't clone motherfuckers.
Except for
You know what I'm
dogs.
saying? Yeah, except for, you know, see. But it's like, what is a soul?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Ethics. It always goes back to.
Right.
I feel it.
Right.
I feel it.
You know?
Yeah.
So with AI and CRISPR, we can artificially test things on not animals, on
Gotcha.
not people,
Gotcha.
you know? So I guess they can work in tandem, but like I don't like the whole cyborg android. I think it's dumb.
Fusion mix. Yeah.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
If you can reprogram the human body to like regenerate cells, like insane, like we could live in space.
Yeah, like our body adapts.
Right. Imagine if you could, whatchamacallit, like make it so the human body can produce its own oxygen.
Yeah.
I don't know if what is that called, anaerobic respiration. I don't know, something like that, where it's like we can produce our own oxygen, and that means we can hold our breath longer.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Or we don't need to breathe. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think that's cooler if we go the biological route, where we edit and mess.
Yeah, that'd be nice because we can adapt to every single
Right.
environment.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's closer to, I guess, a natural evolution, because it's still playing within the boundaries
than it
of
would be if it were nano or
biology.
robotic.
Right.
I got you. No, that
Versus
makes sense.
robotic, because
That
it's
makes sense.
like, I don't know. I don't know. I think something organic and inorganic like that it just wouldn't mesh well.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It
No,
just
I
wouldn't
feel it.
mesh well.
No, I feel it.
Like, I'd rather have like animorph motherfuckers than, you know,
Bone breaking.
yeah, motherfuckers who could, like, super strong people for no reason, like cyberpunk or something like that.
Gotcha.
I think
Gotcha.
that'd be outlandish. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, especially if you have to keep taking medicine just so the thing
Right.
doesn't reject
Right,
body.
because your body's gonna keep rejecting
Yep.
it.
Yep. Because it's like it's a foreign object, so I'm gonna send cells to attack it
Because essentially,
because I don't know what it is.
you're looking at it two ways, right? Either become the most complete organism to ever exist, like cell. Your cell. You're the most super perfect organism to ever exist. You can adapt to anything.
Anything, yeah.
Anything infinitely. Or we just upload our brains into the ether.
Yeah, that's another way of looking at it.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because you want to go the cyborg route, right? What does that entail? Eventually, we're just going to become full robots. And
Yeah.
then once we're tired of being robots,
We
fuck
are
it.
Borg.
We just upload our consciousness.
We'll assimilate the universe.
Right. Yeah, this is lame. That's lame. That's not fun. That's not fun.
Yeah, that's true.
That's such a boring evolution. Like, if I had to choose, it'd be more of the biological route. Like, imagine you could, like, speak to fucking trees and shit.
Oh, that'd be different.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Because they each have a story to tell.